I know we've already done a cornbread recipe, but today we're going to do Mexican cornbread. And if you've never had this, you have got to try it. It's not as complicated as making homemade southern cornbread because every measurement on this is exact and it turns out perfect and people love it. I mean, they've started serving it in some restaurants now. It's not the same as homemade, but something you definitely need to try because it's a little bit spicy, but not too much. It is a savory cornbread. It's not at all sweet, and it does have a little bit of kick to it, but I don't eat things that are spicy, and I'm fine with this. It's not too spicy for me. So what I've started with in the bowl is I have 2 cups of self-rising cornmeal. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that for cornmeal and flour, I only use White Lily brand, just because it's what I'm familiar with, and I know that it will turn out consistent every time. So for these measurements, this is White Lily cornmeal. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of cooking oil, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 can of Mexicorn, and this says Green Giant Steam Crisp Mexicorn, and that may be the only brand that makes this. I'm not really sure. I think Kroger also has a brand of some type of mixed corn that has peppers, bell peppers in it, but this, and you cannot taste the bell peppers much in this. Harold doesn't eat bell peppers, but this has peppers in it and he likes it. So 2 eggs from the Lanier chickens, 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and 2 tablespoons of plain all-purpose flour. Probably should have beat those eggs first, but normally it stirs up pretty good. And you're just going to stir and mix that all together. Got the oven heated to 400, so it'll be ready to put in there. And I do half this recipe a lot. If it's just Harold and I here, then I will do half of a recipe. And it turns out just fine. And then you can freeze the remainder of the Mexicorn and use it. But you don't drain that. You just pour the whole can in. Okay, we're going to put that into a greased 9x13 dish. You could cook it in an iron skillet probably, but I don't have an iron skillet really big enough for this size recipe. This cornbread just gets cooked in a glass dish every time I make it. Spread it out. And whenever I spread things in a pan that need to bake, usually what I'll do, I'll push it into the corners of the pan, and then in the middle, I will kind of smooth some of that out so it almost has a little bit of a dip in the middle. And for some reason, I do that with cakes, I do it with everything. It kind of helps it get done faster in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the oven and let that bake until it is golden brown on top. And then I'll take it out and let you show you what it looks like.